Welcome to Ireland. We have come here to eat as much food as we possibly can because we heard about this 3-month-long festival called Taste the Island, and it made us want to come here and check out the food and drink scene. But in between food comas, we're also going to be checking out some of the sights.
So we picked up a rental car and we're going to be exploring for the next few days in Ireland and in Northern Ireland, but we're starting off today in Belfast. But I really like the sound of this Taste the Island festival because it seems like everybody's got involved in some way or another. There's everything from cafes and distilleries and Michelin star restaurants and local producers. So we've got some big plans and lots of food. I think we're going to be putting on a little bit of weight over the next few days.
So our first stop that we've come to is one of Belfast's most popular things to do. It's called St. George's Market and it is super old. It was built in the late 1800s and it has won a whole bunch of awards.
Attack of the tasters.
They're everywhere. That's what I like about these markets though, is that you can pick up little bits and pieces along the way and you can sort of try before you buy. I'm getting full already and this is literally the second thing I've eaten.
There are so many temptations and smells, and the presentation on some of the items is crazy as well. Did you see the cupcakes back there? Mm-hmm. They're perfectly laid out, and there's loads of fish and shopping and all sorts of stuff as well.
Full of cheese right now. We've come to a little stall called Nomad, and we're trying out there, it looks like a breakfast wrap, so it's flatbread with bacon and avocado. She said there's labneh in there and some fresh herbs and lemon. Off to a good start.
I like the way that you roll it all up as well.
I know, it's kind of like a breakfast taco, a breakfast burrito. The avo and the lemon and the herbs all kind of work together really nicely, and then the flatbread is super soft. Often with these kind of things they're really awkward to eat, but I feel like the bread makes this one really good.
So many people told us about this place called Sawyer's, which is a Northern Ireland establishment. This place has been open since the late 1800s as well, actually, almost as old as where we just were. And it's known for having all of its own like pure Northern Ireland products. I'm standing currently in the chutney aisle. They've got some Northern Irish smoked salmon as a little taster. Fresh.
It's so exciting that it's almost Christmas. There's Christmas little reminders everywhere. So we were just at Sawyer's and they have these hampers that you can buy and you can fill them up yourself, which is quite a cool idea because whenever you get a hamper it's always like full of stuff that nobody wants.
Pre-chosen, yeah. I don't really get behind Christmas as much, but I think it's cute that you love it as much as you do.
And it's so nice because back home it's always so hot at Christmas time and here it's all warm and everyone's talking about mulled wine and it's just good vibes. I like it.
It is. It's nice walking around, even though it is a little bit rainy at the moment, but the city is very walkable. Everything that we're mapping to is only 5 or 10 minutes, pretty much, in every single direction, so it's probably not enough walking that we can burn off the calories to then go and eat the more food, which is kind of why we came here in the first place. Oh. Beep, 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 beep. Belfast has been epic. It's such a walkable city, I really dig that, but we've got wheels, so we wanted to go out and do some exploring. So we're going to head to the Causeway Coastal Route, which is probably the most popular route to kind of cruise up around the coast. It's 120 miles worth. There's heaps of stuff to do up there. So we've got this, I don't know where the flyer is, we've got this enormous flyer with all of these things that we need to kind of decide what we're going to do, but we think we've got a couple of good plans in store anyway. Welcome to Belfast Castle.
We just took an hour drive. It was a beautiful drive too, through the countryside. But we did experience all of the seasons.
I'm cold right now and the sun is in my eyes and it looks like it's about to rain. So we've got the full thing going on. Yeah. But we stopped at this place because you might be able to see in the background actually, there's just this sheer cliff face that just looks like the end of the world just sticking out right across the water here, and then we've got it's a beach, just this, I don't know how to explain it other than just a quaint little seaside village, one of many that run along this coastline. I think this is probably one of the first as the drive continues on to our next stop, which is going to be a little bit of fun, I think. Wow. It looks so cool. We've just pulled into a little car park to get a view down over the bridge that we're going to walk out to. That is so cool. We don't quite know how to pronounce it properly just yet though, do we?
Carrick-a-Rede.
Something like that. Man, that is some postcard stuff. Right, we've made it to Carrick-a-Rede. We've learned to say it just kind of fast. Don't mess about with it. Just
Don't
say
second guess it. So Carrick-a-Rede means the rock in the road, and it is in an area where a load of Atlantic salmon, they go swimming on their journey for migration, and basically fishermen strung for 350 years actually, they strung a bridge across to, it's kind of like the best place for them to be able to catch the salmon while they're migrating.
Now it's one of the sort of main attractions. It's part of the National Trust, so it's well looked after and well controlled and everything, and we get to go out there and have a look. That is absolutely beautiful down there. When the sun comes out, this place is even more special. We're just getting shades of it.
The water's so clear down there.
Yeah. You okay?
It's like steeper and scarier than I anticipated. I didn't actually think it through that we were going across a tiny road bridge.
Wow, it's brilliant.
That really was brilliant walking across there. I really enjoyed that. And this is just such a beautiful spot. Man.
I feel like I'm still on the bridge. When you walk across, it's really bouncy.
Yeah.
And then especially when Dane was behind me, when I was on it on my own, it was fine. But then when you were walking behind me, I was like, whoa, you can feel like this, like bouncing around. I'd
love you to leave a comment and let us know below if you knew that Northern Ireland actually looked like this. If you knew that it was this beautiful. Crossing! Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow, congrats, babe.
Thank you.
You did it.
It's my first certificate in a long time.
There you are.
Thanks very
Put
much.
that with your CV.
It's time for some more food.
Yes.
This drive, I have to say, along the coast here, it's just so beautiful. We just drove past this one beach that was white and just...
Make a U-turn.
It's maps telling us what to do. We've come to the Bushmills Inn, which is a hotel and a restaurant. So we're in Bushmills at the moment. There's also a distillery here which has whiskey and a bit of a tour and everything that we were considering doing. We're kind of running out of time and I don't think we can film in there, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's all about food. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm hungry.
Yeah, can you smell stuff as well?
I can smell fish and chips.
We just come inside. It's a really nice setting in here actually. It's definitely very like old school, very Irish on the inside, and then once we come inside the restaurant here, there's this wooden sort of support with stone blocking, and then there's overhead skylight, so there's nice lighting in here. We started off with some Guinness obviously and some breads, and then Stacey's got a bit of a soup, and I've gone for the most local thing that I could see on the menu, which was the wild Irish venison pie, which is mashed potato, comes with some vegetables and some gravy and stuff, but I haven't put the gravy on there because I want to be able to like actually try it all together. It doesn't need the gravy. It kind of got a little bit of the gravy going on itself, a little bit rich, and then it's really crisp on the top. But then there's still the mashed potato kind of thing in there, which is so typical, perfect Irish in there. This is exactly what I wanted on what was a hot day and now is a cold day.
No.
I think this is the coolest castle structure I've ever been to.
Yeah, we saw photos on Google and we kind of saw that it was sitting on the edge of a cliff. It looks as though it's falling into the sea.
There is rumours that the kitchen in 16 something or other actually fell into the sea, but whether or not that's true, we don't know.
It's huge. There's like the coastline Dane was just pointing to. You can see these little like holes in the rock. They're not little, they're huge.
They're huge. It's just the most dramatic coastline, and the ruins are kind of, they're ruins, but it's still like
pretty, like
really
good.
well kept together.
Yeah.
What an absolute spot. We don't actually have that long because today's been so full on. We've got to get back to town for something quite special.
Today has been an awesome day. We've had such a good time, but now we are going to be driving back to Belfast. I think it's going to take about an hour or so, and we're doing something that is going to mean that we need to take off our beanies and put on something a little bit more...
It's a no beanie zone tonight, I think, for sure.
A little bit more fancy. So we're going to dinner at a restaurant called Dean's Epic, and it's a Michelin star restaurant. They've won a Michelin star for 4 years in a row, so we're expecting really good things. I looked online and they've got a tasting menu, and they have like wine pairing with every single meal. I can't remember how many courses there are, but it looks incredible.
Well, you don't get a Michelin star without offering something pretty special, and I have to say that this has been more of an experience than a restaurant.
Yeah, everything from the food to the way that the food is presented, like not only on the plate but also the way that the staff explain things to us.
Yeah, and the wine pairings that go with each of the individual meals and the presentation, it is absolute class.
Yeah, like as much as we love walking around the markets and eating street food, sometimes it is nice to just mix things up, get a little bit fancy and go on a date night together.